Okay, and that's it we can give you there, but let's get reactions in the studio. Of course, a lot of criticisms to Luiz and Sokratis that how would a reasonable defender there keep so much distance, not even block it when you see an attacker from the other side, from the opposing side, coming with a run that way. They had so much criticism for Luiz and Sokratis.
First of all, I have to think someone wore the jersey of Mustafi on the night. Anytime you send the ball in between those guys, definitely they will get the ball. You expect Luiz, with all the experience he has, to find a way to
Do you think he has done enough since he came into Arsenal?
He has won almost the same number of penalties for us against Arsenal than he did against Chelsea. It shows there's more to the problem. It's more like Unai Emery is still there. And like what some persons have complained that they can't see the difference. Why? Because Freddie Ljungberg was part of the Unai Emery setup. So it's more like he's continuing in what Unai Emery left. Maybe they need someone new. I thought he would do enough to get the job. With what we can see thus far, it looks like probably he too will be sacked as an interim manager. The problem for Arsenal probably looks deeper than it is. They need a swift solution. I wouldn't mind, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but if they can get someone in the probably level of Osimhen, they need a quick response. They don't need, for now, they don't need someone that will probably plan for long. Maybe that was the initial idea of Unai Emery. They will never get an Arsene Wenger anymore. They definitely can't get a Sir Alex Ferguson. They need someone that will probably spur them on in instant response. Let's see what will happen in 1 or 2 years. Then after that, they can think of long-term plan. But as of now, where I'm sitting now, it looks more like Europa League is not even certain.
And it's your central defenders keeping so much distance like that.
I'm not surprised one bit. You have two men who are past their prime. When they signed Luiz at the end of the season, like Chelsea is trying to secure their 4th position. That's just the simple truth. Shipping up to a 4th position, a team competing for that 4th position, shipping up with that kind of defender to the rival who hasn't performed over time, who is more of a liability than an advantage for most clubs that he has been. Right from Chelsea leaving to PSG and back to Chelsea, he hasn't really changed much. I'm pairing him with Sokratis, who is also getting older, well past his prime, not delivering. He barely has the legs to run and move as effective he wants. So these guys will obviously be affected one way or the other, and their performance is what we have seen so far. They signed a certain William Saliba and still kept him at Rennes for a club with one of the biggest defensive worries in the English Premier League, among the top 6 or top 7. Having a good defender and then keeping him away, you should pay out rightly and get him going. Yes, the problem goes deeper than coaches. They can sack all the coaches that they want. Working with this present squad will take a lot, and that means they need to clear virtually 60 to 70% of their defensive lineup in that squad, and then work on their midfield. They need a true Trojan in midfield, defensive midfielder, someone that directs traffic for them. They have a few of them around they can quickly pick up. I'm not talking about Xhaka or Torreira. They don't fit the system, they struggle. They need a commander, someone who wants to own the league. And I'm not talking about the young man also in the midfield, Guendouzi should not be playing regularly for all his talent. He should be featuring, allowing him to grow with time. They are placing too much responsibility that is dampening his skills over time. And also for the likes of Willock,
Saka, I just look at the team and sometimes I be like, what is happening?
These are basic players that should be doing cameos in club competitions.
Defensively,
they are not ready for what they are asking of them.
That's holding God back. He has not even been playing games. When Chambers plays, they send him to the right back. Sometimes the players the young guys that are supposed to be playing are not playing. The ones that are not meant to be playing are the ones that are playing.
Before Holding got injured, it was their best defender, not even one of. It was their best defender, and he's back. Chambers has been putting up impressive performances. Why not allow them get better? But rather you will stick with the whole experience out of time or Sokratis, Luiz. Come on, if you are actually competing for the top 4 or even top 5 in the league, you cannot have that kind of guys as the mainstay. They can be on your bench to offer experience when the young ones are injured, but they cannot be the mainstay.
Big message over there, sending it to Arsenal and all Arsenal buddies there and your fans. Now, of course, we would say as of yesterday, Marco Silva of Everton got served. Oh yes, he got served yesterday because we had seen it coming that that game against Liverpool would have been the cracker, the bone breaker at the end of the day.
It was inevitable. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. Then the big question now is who will take over the job. Because I'm thinking if in my next 8 games, some are saying Port, some are saying even David Moyes is coming back. And I'm thinking if their next 8 games, they're playing Liverpool again, they're playing Chelsea, City, Arsenal, Leicester City, even Man United. I'm not sure anyone will want to take that job. as of now, because it's not a matter of the new coach syndrome. It can
But
never
according
happen
to
for
the
now.
club right now, we have Duncan Ferguson taking over interim for this time around. Like
Old legend of the team. I don't know why it's a thing now for clubs of the
Yeah,
English Premier
legend.
League going after their legends. Not all of them will get lucky. That's the simple truth. None of them will be that
why do you
lucky.
say so? Football?
Because I think
As
aside
football
the-
Just because you play, it does not automatically means today Pep.
can't remember any
Of
other
course, we
Okay,
can talk about
Lampard
Lampard.
now,
They
yeah.
beat. Very few former players do get to thrive as coaches. Just because you play the game does not automatically mean you qualify to
we've
become
seen
a coach
Henry, we've seen Gary Neville.
or successful.
Okay.
So once you understand that, why do they keep doing that? Because you work for Chelsea. Manchester United is struggling with Ole. Forget the results, the thing they got in that game against Tottenham. Tottenham was just on their way back, so it was expected for them to stutter at that point in time. Okay. No matter who they were facing, they were just getting their confidence back, playing together as a team. Mourinho is still struggling, trying to establish a quality back four. He does not have the luxury of preseason or working with them long term, so he has to make do along the way. Basically, so they got that result. Good for them. They worked for it. Not like it was handed over to them. Okay. Once you put that at the back of your mind, it's not every time you are lucky you have ex-international. You need to think about people who are not emotionally mixed up. Everton is the perfect ingredient for a good coach. They have the players, but how to use them. And one of the things was almost the same thing the Arsenal keep making. All those young lads, they need to give them space to breathe. The likes of Dominic Calvert-Lewin should not be leading the attack. For Moise Kean, they should not be leading the attack or leading the defense for Everton. They have more stronger guys who can grind out results even in difficult games, and they have got to find a solution to who plays on the wing. When you see, if I were a coach, of course I'm not. This is just an opinion. Uwobi can play 60-65 minutes, top game for you, providing the assist, run balls through him. Then you can always mix it up with Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson has not got the legs like when some 2, 3, 4 years ago, especially when he was at Tottenham and a few other clubs. He hasn't got that leg. So he can always come off the bench to do the impact for the last 30 minutes or plus of the game. Once you find that balance, then you have got to... Jerry Mina does, after almost how many seasons with Everton, still does not understand what it takes to defend in the Premier League. And that's the absolute truth. They've lost what made Everton tick. They had Seamus Coleman some time back, and they had this other guy. Their fullbacks are one of their energies going forward. The kind of support system they provide whenever they play. Once they can go back to that tradition where their fullback not just contribute goals, contribute assists, and then solve their central defensive pairing. Keane does not seem to have the answer. Okay. He has got to be realistic and answer some basic questions. It's not because they are English-born players that means they have to play at all costs.
Okay, we get to see how Everton gets to strive as the EPL comes to an end. Of course, match is still going to go on for the Premier League over there. Now, moving away from that, it has been long waited for that bout, the rematch of Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz Jr. Let's give you snippets of some of the preparations going down over there. And when we come back, we'll be looking at how Anthony Joshua can go ahead of Andy Ruiz Jr. to reclaim his belts this time around. The preparation going down over there. This is a do or die affair. Anthony Joshua needs to reclaim his glory, reclaim his belt from Andy Ruiz Jr. And of course, we know that a lot have been done by Joshua this period just to prepare for this rematch.
The first thing is started preparing like 2-3 months even before Andy Ruiz. While Andy Ruiz was still enjoying his money, AJ was really preparing. I think he knows the meaning of this fight. He knows what it means to win this fight. If not that he had issue a fight with Lennox Lewis, probably could have taken the, 1 or 2 words from him because he was also in these shoes before and he recovered himself. AJ just has to. Losing this fight may wreck his career, but in terms of the preparation, I think slimming down will probably work for AJ because of his movement. He's more flexible. Like he rightly said there, he needs to use his advantage. He needs to take Andy Ruiz away from his comfort zone. But my worry for Ruiz, on the other hand, is the slimming down. It worked for him because he had the body mass to take AJ's punches, but I'm not sure it will work for him now slimming down. I think Ruiz is just coming to have fun. Maybe he is thinking to himself, even if I lose, nothing, the worst will happen. But for AJ knows he has to win this match.
Yes.
Anything other than a victory for him, it does not need to knock him out. Even if it's by unanimous decision, he needs to win. Everybody cannot be knockout kings like Wilder is, but AJ just has to win this match.
Okay, now looking at the stats for AJ and Andy Ruiz Jr. Andy Ruiz Jr. of course has more bouts than AJ, even more wins and KOs than AJ. Do you think this would be a big advantage for Andy Ruiz? Form,
technique, and of course the unknown factor is out of the window. No longer unknown for Andy Ruiz going to this fight. Okay. But what kind of technique are they coming to? Andy Ruiz strives better when it's up closer to you. You can go low because of his height and then do all the body work to wreck his opponent. for him. But for Joshua can draw close, but not as close, not as good as Andrew Ruiz. He has got the reach with his arm length, and I think he should use that. Make him move the more and take a whole lot of energy out of him when he gets into move. That was what he missed in the first fight. Of course, he has got to also find a way to how to handle body shots. Those are very critical. That will always go against him because of his height difference between
I'm
both
sure
fighters.
he's been able to handle that because we could see that he had so much sparring partners and he took them out.
No, it depends on who is in control, who does the attack in this fight. That tells you a lot about who has got the right technique, how you defend against. You know, sometimes you go into. I'm thinking Joshua went into the first fight. I'm thinking I can walk all over this guy. He went Now he has got to be careful. He has got to be more calculative with the way he throws his punches. He has got to expect a counter for every punch he throws back at him. And of course, he has got to look out for himself, trying to get his body out of the way faster. Maybe that was the reason why he slimmed down. Because if you are heavy, moving your body, you are heavy and you are tired after some few rounds, the probability of moving your body faster will be against you. But being lighter means you can twist and turn around. Yes, he was unable to get word from Luiz because of the scuffle. And he gave a right answer to that Klitschko also gave him a word.
Yes,
which,
Klitschko did. Yes.
Klitschko called him. He didn't have to go to the eye of the public eye to condemn and pull him down. Klitschko gave him something in the closet that he needed. And of course, Klitschko is a world champion who has been there over and over again.
If you can't listen to anybody, you have to listen to Klitschko.
Okay, now let me hear your predictions here. How long do you think the fight will go? Is it going to be an unanimous decision, or we're going to be seeing a KO tomorrow?
I'm thinking around 5 marks.
And who is going to be in favor of?
I think we know already.
I don't know.
Okay, it should be AJ.
Because the last time I knew, Ruiz took that belt.
KO 7th round, Joshua.
Okay, we're getting to see how that pans out tomorrow, but we'll be wishing Anthony Joshua all the best in that bout against Andy Ruiz Jr. And of course, it's going to happen over there in Saudi Arabia. Now, this is all we can take for today. Thank you, gentlemen, for being on the show. We appreciate your presence, and I'm wishing you a lovely weekend ahead. It is Sport Edge, Galaxy Television. I am Onyinyechi Ogudu. Have a pleasant weekend.